delicious. A longtime favorite with its distinctive 5 knobs, beautiful color, crispness, and flavor, the Red Delicious is iconic for Washington apples. The Cameos, Honeycrisp, and Brayburn join the September harvest frenzy in their beautiful red, orange, and yellow-hued glory. Cameos, sweet with a zingy crunch, hold their crispy texture for long periods. The Honeycrisp is a relative newcomer, with excellent flavor, tangy sweet, and yes, crispness for that great crunch. And the Brayburn, one of the larger varieties, both sweet and tart, is great for snacks or in salads, a fall picnic delight. Rounding up the apple harvest in the cool month of October are Fuji's, Granny Smith's, and Cribb's Pink. The exotic Fuji is a true dessert apple, which some call the eating apple of the 21st century. The tart, tasty Granny Smith was introduced in 1972 and soon caught on with consumers. Grannies are Washington pie makers' favorite variety. Cribb's Pink. Crisp fall nights bring on the bright pink color that gives the apple its name. Versatile as either a snack or baking apple, ends the apple harvest. The list of new Washington apple varieties, like the industry itself, continues to grow. Some are sweet, some tart, some are both. Yet they all have one thing in common: the consistent high quality that consumers expect from Washington apples. Throughout the harvest season, a steady rumble can be heard up and down the valleys as trucks swiftly carry the apples out of the warm sun into cold warehouses. When they arrive, they are sampled for sweetness and crispness to determine when they'll best be ready for market. Again, barcodes are scanned to track the apples and maintain a record for quality and safety. The apples that are highest in sugar are placed in refrigerated storage rooms and held for immediate packing and sales. The rest are set aside in sealed controlled atmosphere storage rooms, or CAs, where the oxygen and CO2 are controlled and the temperature is held at about 32 degrees. This slows down the apple's respiration, basically puts them to sleep until they're needed. When more apples are required for distribution, the sleeping apples are removed from the CA storage rooms and delivered to the packing facilities. Inside Washington fruit packing warehouses are some of the world's most advanced grading and sorting lines. Here, man and technology join forces to ensure quality and consistency with a minimum of handling. When the apple bins are set into the processing line, barcodes are again scanned to maintain tracking. The apples start by floating out of their bins into a gentle river of hydro-cooled water that keeps them cold and protects them from bruising. Then they're taken to sorting tables, where workers cull out the ones that aren't up to Washington standards. Though less than perfect in appearance, these apples are great for making tasty juice and applesauce. Those that make the grade continue on, gently rolling on soft brushes or rubber belts. They then move through state-of-the-art fruit processing machines, where computer-controlled cameras and scales weigh, inspect, and separate them according to internal quality standards, color, size, and shape. Incredibly, these high-tech cameras housed in the units are actually capable of detecting internal flaws and will cull them from the rest of the apples. After the apples have been meticulously washed and thoroughly dried, a very thin coat of food-grade wax is applied to each apple to help seal in the freshness and protect and restore its shine. Labels are then applied in rapid succession for easy identification in supermarket checkout lines. Now they're ready for packaging. There are two methods of packing: commit to pack and pre-size. Commit to pack is a single process that takes bins and sorts and prepares all the sizes and grades of apples and packages them accordingly. This method yields distribution-ready boxes of apples sorted by the many sizes and grades. The pre-size method involves separating the apples by size and grade, then placing them back into bins and into refrigerated storage until needed. When an order comes in for a specific size and grade of apple, these bins are brought up from storage back to the packing lines for processing and packaging. Though this method is slightly more labor-intensive, the costs can be overcome through more precise sales and packing efficiencies. Regardless of which packing method is used, or if they are bagged, placed in trays, or set in gift boxes, all are handled with special care, and all are subject to final approval by watchful Department of Agriculture inspectors, who make sure each apple meets Washington's high standards. As apple boxes are being prepared for shipping to their final destinations, another spot check is performed to ensure that the apples meet quality standards. The final step in the traceability process takes place before loading onto refrigerated trucks. As you can see, our apples can be traced from orchard to shipment using a tracking system that identifies the type of apples, where they were grown, stored, packed, and the destination where they will be delivered. Again, just another of the many safeguards that set Washington apples above the rest. It all makes good business sense to protect the pure water sources and land to grow our apples, to produce a harvest that is profitable because of its reputation for consistent quality and abundance, with a genuine concern for regeneration and investing in the future, using old tried and true methods, balanced with innovation, scientific research, and advancing technologies, and employing quality controls that meet high standards throughout the apple production. That's what it takes to produce Washington apples. Raised on 175,000 acres of fertile land, harvesting billions of apples a year, yielding over half of the fresh apples consumed in the U.S. and 90% of all U.S. apple exports, enjoyed by millions of people around the world. Washington apples. No other apple comes close.